Stream this again for the recording of the deck text using the OBS software. So I'm starting this checking on a few reference websites where you get to see some new card text for the standard format with coming of core set 2021. So for today we start with the Orzhov Vampires by created Kolipa. This website we call MTG Arena Zone. So user submitted deck tech for core set 2021 standard, and we call the archetype Orzhov Vampires. So we'll go into detail the card choices in which listed here. So we start with the Planeswalker Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. Remember this card when I played way back. Also, Orzhov Vampires during the excellent days, wherein it was a very supported archetype with the set. We also included a few relevant cards there, and they were very powerful and aggressive. However, with those, I think those deck rotated out in standard, so when Smoker was left somewhat, so we don't already have enough vampires that's within the range of this format where it can support. Though with this core set 2021, we have identified a few that we think that could be good support for this one. So again, it is included in the deck as a playset, along with its War of the Spark version, Sword and Vengeful Bloodlord, which also provides walkers and creatures lifelink, and you will also deal 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Now for the creature choices, we have first of is Bloodthirsty Aerialist, a flying vampire. So whenever again life put counter or presence counter on Bloodthirsty Aerialist, it's 2/3 Distant Body at 3-drop. And then we have Cruel Celebrant. So when it enters, when it dies or another creature or planeswalker you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So there's also another life gain trigger. And then we have Indulgent Patrician. It's 3 mana cost, 1/4 flying creature. Lifelink. Also when the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, is opponent loses 3 life. This is in a way that this build uses lifelink triggers to deal extra damage and also gain other bonuses. Bonus triggers with the lifelink ability. So again, we have Knight of Evil Legion. This was also a play set when I first played this one in Excellent Standard, and also this gains another home here in this build. Also with the Vampire Dire Moon, this series is not that relevant way back, but then again this current standard has opened the possibility of using this vampire in this build. Also lastly, we have this new card V2, the Thorn of the Dust Rose, for a playset for the, and also a 3-drop in itself. So whenever you gain life, the opponent loses much life, and it has 5 mana cost activations, control gain lifelink until end of turn. And for the sorcery, we have a playset of Reveal Revenge. I think this is from Replica Legions. And the instance, we have 6 spot removals for playset of Heartless Act and 2 Mortifies. So basically, Heartless Act is an instant that when let you choose one, you destroy a creature with no counters on it, or remove 3 counters from that creature. So basically, they skills any creature in the set as long as, I mean, in the format, as long as they have no counters on it. In the case of counters, it like for example, the mana lands generated by Nisa. It is in a way can remove those counters to get them to zero power toughness, and that basically kills them. And for the card choices, the lands we have Castle Queen. It's a late game card drawer, which gets you lose life as well. Equal to the number of lands, and then we have Godless Shrine. It's a basic shock land for a black white mana source and swamps. Anyway, we have the sideboard and Spark. It's basically a generic uh, sideboard instant kill for mid range and control decks, and can deal any permanent cost mana 4 or greater. And devoted degree is a color specific removal at a sorcery speed, which can exile target creature planeswalker that's black or red and give you bonus scry 1. Duress again for discard against control, though I'd prefer to have at least a playset of this in this build against Timor Reclamations, Blue Eye Control, and the like of the current control in the metagame. Healed Intervention, 2 copies of which can destroy artifacts, error also gets you gain you twice life, which can also basically triggers V2 or the Indulgent Partition. And another spot removal, Intelligence and that kills other 2 or less creatures. It's basically against aggro decks like mono red or the black other stomp here and stuff. And Noxious Grass against green white. It's also generic removal with a bonus while life gain effect, which also triggers your lifelink goal of getting extra bonus damage with V2. So overall, this is I think this is a very decent deck. Though I need I think I need to get to try this one first on MTG Arena. So I just recently installed again this platform after playing it in open beta. So open beta days. Every I think last year. So overall, that's for today's standard deck tech with Orzhov Vampires, created by username Philippa for Corset 2021 standard. Hopefully, thanks for watching. Until the next episode. Ciao.